What's up, guys? Welcome back. Here's our part 2 on energy. So in case you are still lacking energy even after our last experiment and last video, then this one is here for you. And this is about how you can actually get more energy, okay? And we'll talk about 3 different things, how you can do that. Let's get the party started. What's up, guys? Let's talk about energy again. Yes, and this time how you can actually get more energy, right? So in case you've been feeling drained and you felt like my shades are better than the previous ones, then I'd love for you to actually drop me a comment or a like and tell me which ones you like better. So we talked already about energy drains in the last video. In this one, let's talk about energy gains, like what actually gives you energy, okay? And there's one particular thing that I really want to talk to you about, and that is about how your thinking is affecting your energy. Ready? Let's start. Most of my clients actually do encounter this, right? In their world, somehow there's a lot of thinking that comes up, right? And so in that thinking process, you would be thinking to yourself out loud, maybe I should be doing this. Maybe this would be great. And what if this would be a great idea? And while this thinking is going on, right, you will also be feeling certain things. And there's lots of feelings that will be happening inside your body and around. And in many situations, right, you would think to yourself, oh man, those feelings are kind of really important. I should pay attention to them. Those feelings are true. And that happens very often, right? When we actually are low vibe and we feel, for example, really bad about our partner. We think, oh my God, they suck so bad. And then we really believe that, right? Has it happened to you where you thought, oh my God, it's their fault, everything is horrible? Or have you ever thought that your business makes absolutely no sense and you should be coming crashing down any second now? Yes, exactly, right? And so you will notice that the feelings that you experience are not the end all be all, right? And so we will think that, right? You will often think that because there's this thinking that's constantly going on. It's like as if there's somebody in the room with you all the time talking next to you, right? And normally, if somebody was next to you talking at all times, like a little bit like this, like, oh my God, right? We would actually, what would we do? We would just leave. We would leave the room. We'd say, I'm sorry, this was a fun chat, and please never talk to me again. Or if you can, please just reduce talking only via messages so I can ignore them, right? But in our case, our mind is talking constantly to us, and we sit there and we listen. We say, yeah, this is right. Oh my God, that's so true. Oh my God, I have to do something about this. Oh my God, I have to do something about this, right? And so we get to this point of really, really believing everything our thinking says, right? Everything our mind says. And that's a little bit exactly what is actually creating these energy drains. And also, what you can do in order to gain more energy. So if you can start ignoring everything your mind tells you, you will be a lot better off. Yes. And the reason why is because most of the stuff that your mind tells you that you are not creating, right, the thinking that creates itself, is garbage from the past. Yeah. So it's essentially something that you've been storing inside that's releasing itself, and your mind is continuously talking. And so I'd love for you to try this out as an experiment. What if you could ignore all the thoughts that your mind is saying? And because the thoughts are very random, they kind of come and go, and there are all kinds of different thinkings. They're a bit different than the feelings, right? So the thoughts, okay, they come and go, but feelings are a very clear guide to exactly what your thinking is about, right? And what do I mean with that? That means that everything that you're feeling, for example, let's say you feel like your business will not make any sense anymore, right? You feel kind of exhausted and at the end of it. That feeling is a very clear guide to what your thought is currently going through your mind, right? And that thought could be something along the lines of, I think my business doesn't make any sense. I don't want to do this anymore, right? And so that thought in particular will trigger this feeling. And so some people would then come and say, ooh, okay, now I need to act on this feeling, right? Because this feeling is important and it's true, and it's truer than everything else, and now I need to fix it. But that's exactly the opposite of what you need to be doing, right? What you need to be doing is you need to actually raise your energy. Yeah, right? Because your energy is low, and when your energy is low, you have all kinds of really horrible, crappy thoughts, and then you have all kinds of crappy, horrible feelings that jump as a result of those thoughts into your kind of experience, right? And so whenever you feel that, you feel like, oh my God, things are really, really crap, then you need to take action on actually gaining energy first. Yes, and then ignore those thoughts until later. So, how do you gain energy first? One, you could take a nap. Second, you could drink a smoothie, drink some water, right? You can go outside for a brief walk, right? You can do a brief exercise, like maybe like 1 minute kind of routine to exercise. Or you can just take a break for a moment, go somewhere else, right? Walk it off, put some music on, right? There's so many ways of how you can instantly almost trigger an energy gain. And so if this is you, if you've been taking your feelings too seriously, yeah, and if you've been thinking that your thinking is also all true, then I'd love for you to really test this out, right? Test this out by whenever you notice the next time that you feel low vibe, low feeling, yeah, grab one of these strategies and see if your energy is better.